Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of Binding Roll, where we play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons in the world of the 9th Age. If you are unfamiliar with the 9th Age, please check out the link in the video description. It is a tabletop wargaming strategy game that I love and this channel is dedicated to. If you aren't aware of it, please check it out. It's super fun. But let's go ahead and check in with our players, our adventurers. Welcome back. I'm sorry we all missed last week, but I was unfortunately busy with work. But we're back. For episode 6, everyone is now level 6. So, let's start it off with the same question we always do. What you drinking, and what did you get with level 6? Who wants to go first? Sunset, go first.
All right. Well, I'm back to beer. Just another Einstock Icelandic White Ale. I don't know if it's actually going to show up. Nope, not really. It's all right. And what I got for level 6... I'm on the fence about actually saying anything about it because I kind of want it to be a surprise.
Uh-oh.
But at the same time, I don't think you would have been able to prepare for it, so...
Work's been very busy, so I've not done my usual amount of prep, so I think you can say it, but it's up to you.
All right. So I picked up a spell called Thunderstep, which you teleport yourself to an unoccupied space you can see within range. Immediately after you disappear, a thunderous boom sounds, and each creature within 10 feet of the space you left must make a Constitution saving throw, taking 3d10 thunder damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. The thunder can be heard from up to 300 feet away. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also teleport one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying gear up to its carrying capacity. The creature must be within 5 feet of you, and when you cast the spell, there must be an unoccupied space within 5 feet of your destination space for the creature to appear in. Otherwise, the creature is left behind.
So is it like a super fast travel, like you go really fast to that point, or do you actually teleport to that point?
You actually teleport.
Teleport, okay.
You teleport. It's a teleport spell.
Interesting.
And I figured that'd pair pretty well with my transmuted spell, so I could turn it from thunder into fire. So I disappear in an explosion and reappear a safe distance away.
Landval, what you drinking? What'd you get?
Well, I'm drinking some Two Town cider. It is the raspberry lemonade from Corvallis, Oregon. Pretty good stuff. And for 6th level, I took the ability score modifier, and I got a +1 to strength, so I got a +4 on my attack bonus now. I put the other one to wisdom to get rid of my penalty on wisdom throws, so just give me a little more.
You're a little less
more
stupid.
on rolling.
A little less stupid.
I'm just average.
Galen, how about you?
I'm drinking a Bundaberg root beer from Australia.
Oh yes, I found that.
Nice. So,
Put your hand up to your camera. You're fuzzy. Let it refocus.
Perfect.
Right? No.
It'll come back. Don't worry. Keep going.
I blame summer suggestion. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, there we go. It went back to normal. Perfect. Yay.
Okay. I disabled the camera and turned it back on, but then I realized, this might not be helpful. Anyway, so I picked up Spike Growth, another level 2 spell. This is good. The other level 2 spell I have is Cast Without Trace, which lets me, me and somebody's get a +10. Spike Growth is more for we didn't pass without a trace, so now we need to have anti-pursuit stuff. So Spike Growth, 20-foot radius, center on a point within the ground, spreads hard spikes and thorns. The area becomes difficult terrain for duration. When a creature moves into or within the area, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet of travel. So if we were in an 8x8 room, it would take 16d4 damage if it had to traverse the entire room.
Oh, that'd be cool. With some spell where you can drag him across it or something do mage hand and drag him across it.
Yeah, or going against creeps that aren't terribly bright. So.
True. Okay, I am drinking Welcome to Pacifica Foggy IPA,
Nice.
which we got when we were down in Pacifica the other day. Cool. Quick shout out. Actually, right before we started the show, we were talking about how popular this is, and we have only 50 views on the last one, but there's some people who are still commenting and still watching and enjoying it. One in particular was an individual named RH World Building, and we Googled you, RH, and we found that you are a 9th Age player and you have paper miniatures that you're putting together. We think it's pretty cool. We're cool you're watching. We're happy you're watching our show. You probably know who I am on the 9th Age forums. Message me. Hey, if you want to be more involved, if you want me to show your paper stuff online, or if you want to come maybe join us for a game, one episode of gaming, message me. And that goes out to anyone. So, let's move on to the story. So last we left off, we were... Oh, let's get my stuff going here. You had discovered... Oh, where's my thing?
We discovered someone with a hammer
There we go.
that was really bright.
Yeah, so you
Total
found
joy kill.
the murdered women of the night around the city. They were all carved. They had this one. Let's see if I can find the image now.
Okay.
This carved in their body at different points. You eventually made it back to the unicorn's bounty, and you had a little interaction with Calypso, the pirate, the sneaky pirate that you also ran into in the catacombs, who looks up to being up to shady business, and then the last moment, a warrior priest of Suna, who had a weapon that had the same impact on the bodies, one of the bodies, that on his hammer, and you guys guessed he produces the light of Suna, which might have singed the symbol of Sibaresh, the goddess, the dark god of lust, into these dead prostitutes. He came in. You were all in there. Sam is drunk on the floor, completely passed out. And he raises his hammer toward toward the people in the bar, in the inn, accusing them of being followers of Sibaresh. He also ignited what looked like a glowing radiant beam out of his hammer that kind of radiated the room and lit the room up. The room is still completely packed with patrons who have been, when a fight breaks out, everyone clears out of the center of the room, but everyone's kind of around looking at what's going on. And you three are standing on the opposite side of this pit, or this cleared space, with Calypso. What would any of you like to do?
I would like to cast Hunter's Mark on the priest in the center room that's causing all this fuss. Doesn't cause any damage. I'm just very interested in him. I mean, it lasts for an hour, so got all the time in the world.
I'm gonna suggest that maybe we back into the fighting pit, give ourselves a bit more room and less combustible work area. I'm assuming it's mostly wood in here, right?
Yeah. It's wood floors, wood tables, all that good stuff. It's a wood framed building for sure.
So
Maybe we should try to lure him back there. Like,
I grab a random drink and I throw it at the priest.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's give me what would that be? A dexterity check? What would a thrown weapon is dexterity, right? A ranged attack roll. It's a ranged attack roll.
Yep.
Yeah, which would be Dex.
So with +7, I got a 10.
That was a Dex save
Including
you
the
just
plus
rolled.
7.
Oh, dex save. Oh, so what? Wait. Oh.
Just roll raw Dex.
Oh, okay. Well, if my roll was a 3, then it'd be +4, and so it's a 7. I don't I had the roll modifier. It doesn't mean I get to re-roll it.
So, on instinct, you right after he finishes this speech to the inn, you pick up a half-full mug of beer that happens to be sitting. Actually, you grab it out of one of the patrons' hands that's right there. He's like, "What? Where's my beer?" And you chuck it at the warrior priest. Unfortunately, your aim is not that good. You're more of a close combat kind of fellow. Or a woman, sorry, my apologies. And it streams over his right shoulder and hits the wall behind him, or like the door frame behind him, and shatters. But it like all the beer like spatters on his side of his face.
Perfect.
And he doesn't move, and he's silent for a split second, and then he just wipes the beer from his face, and he says, "You heathens have sinned enough. I will not allow these transgressions to the god of lust to continue in my presence, to continue within the light of Suna. Defend yourselves." And and I need everyone to roll a initiative roll.
But like I already started it, right? So I'm already at top of the chart. No? Okay.
Semi-surprise.
Yeah, you got a surprise attack, but
I got a 22.
22.
I got a 17.
I get a +4, so I got 5. You can't crit fail on initiative roll, right? Like that's not a thing.
You do go tomorrow, but you still get the 5.
It works. I already had my combat step first. I was still ahead of the line, so that's why.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You were last the round before this.
Yeah.
I like your perspective.
Alright, with that, and I got a roll for Calypso is also involved in this.
Aren't there like 10 underlings?
Oh, we will get there, don't you worry. We will get there.
Just making sure I remember correctly.
Alright. So. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, Landball. You are the first to react in this split second. I don't have a map for this. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Give me a half a second here. And I think I can figure this out. Alright. We are going to everyone jump to the pit. And we are going to show the screen here.
Let's see what this heretic can do.
Let's just pretend this courtyard in the northern part of the pit here. Up here is basically, this is the bar area. You guys are at the bar, let's call it here. Here's Landval. Sam is on the floor over here.
All right.
And this is the warrior priest coming through the front door. Let me also get Calypso going. Sorry, folks, whoever's watching this, I am tremendously unprepared. There we go, there's Calypso. She just came down the stairs. And there's a crowd of patrons around, but they're not really getting into the fight, so I'm not going to mark them. But you all notice at this time that coming in behind the warrior priest are a collection of those muddied peasants that you saw him with outside the peasant gate. They don't have weapons. They merely have, sticks and improvised weapons that you would get in any like farming community. They're not wearing armor. They're wearing just clothing, cloth clothing, and but they all have deep set eyes, and they seem pretty dedicated to the warrior priest. So, Lanval, it is your turn.
All right. I approach and I call out, "You heretic! How dare you disgrace the name of Suna? Meet us in battle, you fraud!"
Ooh, strong words.
I'm just gonna face tank the guy and start swinging. My first attack, if I can find my right sheet here. I use my
Don't we
long
want to
sword.
try to draw him here?
I'm gonna round him up first. Oh,
He's got the
critical
door. He's
fail.
got the door block.
Critical fail.
Well, the
So?
one. Okay. Yeah, you. To the crowd, everyone cheers as you say these strong words, and as you lift your sword to strike him, it literally, you got beer on your hand from the bar, and it just falls right out of your hand, right behind you onto the floor. Clink, 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 clink. And everyone in the bar is like, ooh. Ooh. There was a roar, and then there's like a ooh, like ah, ooh.
Well, I have a second attack. Can I just like bash him with my shield or something?
Yes, you may.
All right. Oh wow, equally miserable. 10.
You hit him with your shield after you realize you dropped your sword, and it merely just doesn't budge. You bump up against him, and he kind of just stands there firm.
All right, I'm gonna pivot a bit to the side here. Give some good range for my comrades.
Okay, next
you
up
hold the door.
is let's do Sunset.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move, closer to the entrance to the actual pit, and I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay. Let's hear. Do we have
'Cause
everyone?
if I
that's
don't, I will set this place on fire. And I really don't want to be in a building that's burning.
Hold on 1 second here, folks. Sorry for the delay here.
I was trying to buy a little time to let you get into a nice, advantageous position, but that was a pretty pathetic attack.
All right, next up is Calypso, and you can see she kind of takes a step back and slowly kind of drifts into the group of people. She doesn't do it very well, and you can definitely see, you're all aware of where she is, but she is not partaking in the fight. And why, of course, David's video, Sunset's video just does not want to stay put.
I mean,
Of
I'm
course not.
tempted to shoot Calypso in the back for cowardice.
Desertion.
Yeah.
All right, next up
Some
is
friends we got.
You might hit an innocent bystander. That's not a mark against doing it. I'm just informing you.
I'm trying to rack up my kill count. I'll take anything gets.
Let's focus on the task at hand first.
All right, Kaylin, it's your turn.
Okay. Will. Quick move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll set up there, and I'm gonna do Hunter's Marking Dish. That is good for 600 rounds of combat. So if it goes that long. Using the bow. Let's see, 13 to hit.
That does not hit him. The arrow again just clinks off of his shoulder piece.
Second shot, 17.
17 does not hit either.
Okay. Well, that's my action.
Next up is the warrior priest. And he says, and he reaches his hammer up, and with words that suddenly become more deep and resonate in the room, he says, hold on, let's see if tell me if this sounds too crazy. He says,
I call on you, Suna. Give me strength.
Does that sound cool? And let's see here.
I don't hate it.
A little more energy.
And with that, a kind of like a golden figure, basically of looks like made of light, kind of rises up out of him, but it's still like he's in the middle of it, but it's kind of 2/3 the size of him. You know what I mean? And it's kind of surrounds him, and it's this beautiful likeness of a golden-haired woman clad in armor, holding a giant 2-handed hammer.
Yeah, that sounds like a spirit guard to me. That's fun. Takes the concentration. Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, that's a 15-foot radius. Assuming it is a spirit guardian.
Assuming it is a spirit guardian. Okay.
You are more than, and with that, actually, yep. I need Landval to take a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh, that's interesting.
Critical fail.
Jesus.
All right, PHP page 278.
What is happening?
3d8 radiant damage.
Oh yeah.
Take 11 damage as this giant figure of Suna raises up out of the warrior priest. She swings her hammer, and it kind of passes through you, but it burns you, and you can feel it like sizzling on your armor, and you take 11 points of radiant damage.
It tickles.
It tickles.
Well, off to a smashing good start, I see.
Somebody's smashing.
All right, so now it is back to Landval. It's your turn.
Okay, well, I first want to pick up my sword. Would that be like my...
That's just a bonus. That's a bonus action.
Okay, great. So I grab my sword from the ground, and I look back at my companions, kind of see if they're feeling really confident about the situation.
Oh, I think we can beat him. I just don't want to set the place ablaze.
All right. Well, I'm just going to press the attack. Then I'll swing my longsword. Oh my God, 14.
That does, unfortunately, again, he is in his thick, encrusted armor that looks like it's been worn for years deflects your blow.
All right. Gonna make another attack and add one of my D8 superiority dice to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that and roll 20 real quick here. So. Damn. Of all the hotkeys. Jeez, 15.
Again, you guys are not doing well.
Nope.
This warrior priest seems to be impenetrable to your attacks. He's scoffing off every blow with ease. It is now Sunset's turn.
Well, does Landval want to move?
You can move if you want.
Maybe GTFO to where I suggested we go, so that.
All right. I'm just gonna run away.
Oh, that's attack of opportunity, right? Yeah, I think so.
Sure, why not? We'll be
yeah, I believe it
attack
would be.
anyway.
But
Oh, that
Yeah,
definitely
regardless.
hits. Because what's your AC? It's 20 or something like that?
20, yeah.
What's this plus? Yeah, that hits. And you take 8 damage.
All right.
All right, Sunset. Show me something.
I mean, I don't really want to right now, because again, I don't want to set the place ablaze.
Whatever. There's more than one inn in the city.
Yes,
Do it.
but this place has all of our money.
Okay.
Well, what's the melting temperature of gold?
I thought you're carrying it on you. All, so many thousand gold.
No, I have it written down where I've hidden pieces of it. I'm not gonna. Plus, we have it on video. I'm not gonna.
You can go back and check.
I'm not gonna retcon that.
Time is ticking
Yeah, I see,
by.
like,
Ticking
all
by.
of my stuff. All right, I'm just gonna cast magic missile at him at
Okay.
the second level.
That sounds like
So that's. I believe that's 4 missiles. 3, and then second level higher creates 1 more. So it's 1d4 plus 1 per missile. All of them are going to be directed at him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 2, 4, 8, and 10 damage.
10 damage. As you let out your magic missiles, spiraling out of your hands, your fingertips, which they fire damage? It's not gonna make no difference, but you are.
No, they're not. They're
Oh.
force damage, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, force
they
damage.
collide into his armor, and you can see and hear it dent against his armor. And you said 11 damage?
10.
10.
Ah,
Boom.
each of those darts counts as a separate damage source?
Yes.
So does that mean you say roll concentration 3 times? Or is that considered one attack?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, to
Breaking
break his
concentration
concentration?
or still?
To break his concentration, yeah.
What
I mean,
what does he need to
that's
pass for that?
designed for that purpose.
What does he need to pass? A Constitution save him?
I think so. I think it's Constitution.
Yeah, I believe it is. Oh, come on. Where's concentration? PHP 203. Concentration. Taking damage when you take damage while you're concentrating. So, space concentration throw. The DC equals 10 or half the damage you take.
Okay, so it'll be 10.
Whichever's higher.
If you take damage from multiple sources such as an arrow and a dragon's breath, you make a separate saving throw for each source of damage.
Okay. With that, as they collide into the warrior priest, not only does it hit him, but you see the spiritual form kind of waver and then dissipate above him. And he kind of lets out a moan like of frustration and anger that he's not connected with his deity. And with that, it is now Calypso's turn.
Oh. And I moved.
Oh yeah, you do move. You move inside there. Okay. Oh, let me make sure I can see. There we go. All right. Yeah. Calypso. Again, she tries to fade away into the background, does it unsuccessfully, stumbles over the multiple people, and one of the people over there is watching the fight. It causes someone to drop his beer, and he yells out, and he says, "Hey, what are you doing? I'm trying to watch this." And with that, it's the turn of the peasants that are out front behind the warrior priest, and they stand firm like a highly trained military. They just stand there at attention. Caleb, it's your turn.
Okie doke. No longer at full health, so Colossus Slayer applies. Assuming it's a successful hit. All right. And attack. Longbow. That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
What's his AC?
I was gonna say
It's less than a 25.
Okay. So base damage is 9 from the bow, plus 2 from Hunter's Mark, plus 7 from Colossus Slayer. Colossus Slayer is a once per turn bonus. So moving on to second attack.
So it's 18 total from that attack?
Sorry. That is correct. 18 total from the first shot.
Okay.
And second attack gets Hunter's Mark, 26 to hit.
Jeez.
Shy of a crit. So only 13. So
Only 13.
I only did 31 damage that round.
So as you take out your bow and you rapidly fire 2 arrows in succession, focusing on the warrior priest, and the first arrow finds like the crease in his armor and his left shoulder, and sticks in there, still sticking out of him, and the second one hits him in his hip, and he yells out in pain. But he seems unstopped.
Well, good thing I still have a movement action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stand shoulder to shoulder with Sunset.
With that, it's the warrior priest's turn, and what he does is he turns and sees Calypso after she accidentally caused a patron to drop their beer, and with like horrible disdain and anger in his eyes, he reaches out with his hand like, and you see Calypso. Let me just check what I need to do here. Wisdom. You see Calypso stand rigid like this and not move. And with that, where's movement?
I think
Speed there.
Darth
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. He heads toward Calypso.
Ah, shit. Well. Alrighty then. That's fine.
Is keeping her alive part of our mission?
Oh, no. My next move was going to be to do something to hopefully hit him as well, but since he's moved, it just won't hit him.
And as he's like slowly striding toward Calypso, and the people that were in the bar that were around Calypso like step back and they're like, and they form an area around Calypso. The warrior priest says, I have come to judge you for your sins of selling lust and cantamont and tainting the good followers of Suna. You will pay the price in blood. And with that, it is Landval's turn.
Wow. I don't know if this is gonna work out like we thought at all. We could always just leave.
I mean, if there was assumption they're trying to kill the protagonist, they're trying to kill the protagonist, so we just assume they're after us. But
We get to start lighting up as followers.
Well,
yeah,
that is essentially my plan. You're gonna want to stay away from them for at least one turn.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna,
Before you can react, Landval, you do notice Porky, the bartender, Porky Shinwell, peeks around the corner there, like you're standing that space kind of just up and to the right of you. Right here.
Okay.
You see him cowering behind the bar, and he's looking at you. And he's on his knees hiding behind the bar, and he's looking at you like this. He's got his hands clasped together, and you hear him through the clamor of the room. All you hear is him whisper, like he's looking at you and he's whispering something, and you barely understand it. And he says, "Please save her."
Our good friend Porky's put us in a moral quandary. What should we do?
and his shining armor. Well, you're mid-combat. Don't really have much time to chat.
I mean, ultimately, I'm gonna clear a path out. We can figure out what we want to do there after that.
Well, then I guess I'll run interference and try to re-engage our big buddy, the priest here. Because this is the door, right? This is out to the street, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
To the courtyard in front
Alright.
of the tavern.
All right, just gonna try to get the drop on our.
Okay,
big
this
buddy, the
is
priest here.
this is definitely an attack of what's the attack of opportunity or attack of surprise attack. That's what I'm trying to say. So you get that at advantage, right, to hit?
Sure.
I think so. Yeah, I think surprise attack is advantage.
I rolled a 21.
Ooh, that hits.
Oh, good.
All right, and for damage, 6. And second attack, 9. Does not do anything.
As you come up behind him and hit him twice across his back, one of the tip of your blade slips into like the top ridge of the back plate and cuts the upper part of his back. And again he yells out in pain, but he is undeterred. Next up is Sunset.
All right. The front door's still open, right?
Correct, it's open, but you see the group of militants standing
Yes.
outside.
That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. Because the range on Fireball is 150 feet. So I'm gonna plant it like out here. so that 20 feet will hit this front row here. Can I get a dex saving throw
From all of them?
all of them?
What's
I
the
hope there's
DC?
Nobody else in the street.
What's the DC?
DC is gonna be 15.
Ooh.
Nice.
One of them passed.
One of them passed? Okay.
There's 6 of them there, yeah.
Since this is 8d6 that I've got to roll, and I only have 1d6 die, I'm just gonna roll
Yeah, roll
one
once
damage
for all of them.
for
Yeah.
all of them, and we'll have it.
I'm down with that.
Passed. All right. So
Got one loaded die.
Oh,
it's solid metal, so no. So
Oh,
I've got
of course. Impossible to be loaded.
3, 1, 2, and actually I need to keep track of this because I may want to do something else as well. Give me one moment. All right, 3, 1, 2, 5, 5, 1, 3, 4. There's the 8d6.
How much was the total?
Hold on, because that total is gonna change. I just want to check one other thing real quick before I do this. Where is it? Do I get that yet? Maybe I don't get that yet. I do get that yet. Okay, so it'll also be at a +4 because of my elemental affinity and my empowered spell. I'm going to spend 1 sorcery point to reroll up to 4 of the die. So I've got 2 1s, a 2, and a 3 I'm going to reroll.
Okay.
So the first one, oh, that's a big improvement. That one becomes a 6. The second one, that stays a 1. All right. The 2, that becomes a 3. And the one of the other 3s, do I get to choose or must use the new die? So that 3 becomes a 1, unfortunately. But all right, so 7, 10, 15, 20, 21, 24, 28, 32 damage to each of them.
Oh, okay. And one pass, so one takes 16.
16.
As you do the form with your hand and speak the words and form this fireball, and you shoot it out toward the doorway. It comes out of your hands about the size of a baseball, and then as it travels in the air towards the door, it grows until it gets to about the size of like 3-foot diameter. And you see just before it hits these militants, they have that stern military face, just like grim, and you see their eyes widen just a little bit right when it collides with them and explodes into this giant explosion. You see bodies being blown, like blasted back in all directions. As the smoke clears, there are no more militants left.
Yeah.
And everyone in the bar is kind of knocked on the floor, and they're like, there's mass chaos at this moment. And
I'm gonna move up here and I'm gonna yell, "Get out!"
And you step up and with your strongest voice yell, "Get out!" to really the body parts that are charred body parts are all that's left in the doorway.
Oh no, I'm yelling it to the huddled masses that are still in the bar.
Oh, okay. Give me an intimidation check. At advantage.
Oh,
You could at advantage because you just blew people to smithereens.
All right. All right. Ooh. Well, thank you for the advantage because that was a 5. Oh yes, that's much better. That's gonna be a total of 23.
As you
19.
yell this, you yell and make eye contact with the closest person in the bar, and everyone like is recovering from the shock of the explosion. And everyone just kind of looks at you for a split second, and everyone like it's like you can hear a pin drop for a split second, and they're all like, "Let's get out of here!" And everyone just scatters. People are climbing over each other. There's people climbing out of windows. Few people are running through the charred remains of the doorway. To your surprise, the doorway does not catch fire. I'd say the exterior walls are made of stone, but the door is wood. So there are definitely burn marks on the stone wall, but the heavy wooden, it's kind of been crafted and oiled and put a sealant on it and all that good stuff. It doesn't catch fire, but it is literally both of them are one's hanging off the hinges and the other one's been blown wide open. Okay. With that, it is now Calypso's turn. And let me just make sure what she can do here.
Well, she can't hide in the crowd anymore.
She continues to be frozen in space. You can see her eyes darting around, looking and trying to figure out what to do, but she can't. Looks like she can't move anything else. Kaylin, it's your turn.
All right. Looks like the big guy is a little.
Quick question.
This would put me at 7. What?
Point of order.
Mm-hmm.
This looked like a spell he cast. Is it a concentration spell? Because he did get hit after he cast it.
The explosion from the door, did it hit him?
No, but Landball attacked him.
Landball.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hit him in the back of the head.
Let me just check here. He was hit, but he seems just fine.
All right. So for my action, I'm using the dash action. So I did 7, and then that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. I will get way over on this side, and I'll use my bonus action with my dual wielding. That is a crit hit.
Oh,
Nice. Very well done.
So I'm rolling on roll 20. So let me minimize this. So that was a critical hit, and then you double the die.
double the dice.
Right?
Yeah, just the dice, not the modifier.
That's good. It was only 2. So, with critical, that's going to be 8 damage base, plus 5 for Colossus Slayer, plus 2 for Hunter's Mark. So, 15 damage. So, 46 so far.
How much damage? I'm sorry.
15. I was counting off the total damage. I would have killed myself already.
And you were using hand axes, is that correct? What was your weapons?
Short sword.
Short swords. As you kind of stealthily run around him, lean into the run, and you're swooping around and flanking him. You slash him twice along his thighs, and he's forced to one knee out of pain. Let's see. It is now his turn. Oh, he is upset. He is very, very upset. He is going to use a heroic action to do 2 attacks here.
Did his concentration break?
It did not. Well, actually, let me check here. No, it did not. With that, his turn, he lets go of Calypso, and she kind of crumbles to the ground, still fine, but in a little bit of shock. And she turns around to you, and with the explosion and the death of his followers, he is enraged, and he points his hammer at Sunset, and he says, "You heretic! He literally says, I banish you." And let's see what happens.
Oh, fun.
Almost getting the timeout.
I need a charisma saving throw.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you got great
really?
charisma.
Oh, really?
So the DC.
Oh my god. It doesn't matter. I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
27 total, if that matters.
Oh Jesus.
Very nice.
And as he does that, he points his hammer at you, and nothing happens. And he's kind of like. And with that, he regroups. And again, he says, and he takes his hammer and he raises it up straight over his head, and he says, Do not leave me in my time of need, Osuna. Save me! And again, this large form of the lady in armor bursts out of his shoulders, and it swings her hammer all the way around 10 feet, and it's gonna affect the two of you plus Calypso. I need.
Now I remember what I was doing.
I need a dex throw from Lanval and Kaylin.
So dex saving throw. All right. +7. 11.
So how do I determine what the DC is of this?
14. That's what is
Any
primary
creature
magic
hostile to you that moves
stat.
into space within 10 feet of the guardian on the first turn must do a
So
successful dexterity save.
What's his
Spell DC?
spell modifier? Yeah, his
Spell file-
there should be like a save
Yeah.
DC or something like that.
His spell DC is +7.
Okay.
Oh no, it's
Oh,
I'm sorry, it's 15 with +7 to hit, so it's 15.
15.
Okay, so I failed dex.
You fail,
Yeah,
and then Calypso passed. So you each take 20 radiant damage.
Oh, well, that's I'm at half now. Okay, cool.
2-0. Then Calypso takes 10.
All right, I need to roll concentrate. I need to roll concentration for Hunter's Mark. Let me just update my HP, and then it's just Constitution roll 5. That's usually that's not a pass.
So it
Okay.
as this giant spectral being made of light sweeps her hammer, collides with all three of you, and then it dissipates afterwards, and he's left standing there, kind of, beat up and scarred. He's just breathing heavily and staring at you. And with that, it is Lanval's turn.
Well, I mean, not much to do now, I guess, except keep on shopping. Does anybody has any great strategies I want to throw out right now?
Keep chopping, and get him to hit you first.
All right, I swing my first attack, 17,
Does not hit.
and 12.
Does not hit.
Why did I pick this character class?
Do you get the bonus for Hunter's Mark also?
Huh.
No, it's only
That is
only
not a team spell.
No.
That would be way
Yeah.
too broken for a L1.
Yeah, that would be a little broken.
Oh,
Go
so
in
much more fun.
yourself. Dancing
Uh,
lights. I think something.
Is that your
one of
turn,
those things
Landval?
has advantage for that one.
Yep, that's all I got.
All right, Sunset, it's you.
Unfortunately, I would wind up taking a hit if I tried to do that. Damn. Most of what I've got is AoE.
It's cool. I can take it.
You can take 36 damage.
I don't
Full
know.
health.
Okay, what is this? Scorching Ray is 2d6. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at the first level. So that'll be 3 darts at him.
Okay.
So that's gonna be a 4, a 5, and another 4. 3 concentration rolls, please.
Concentration. What's the DC?
50, or it's your
Oh, for concentration. Yeah.
yeah. So it'd be 10. It'd be 10 or half. The damage
He
taken.
fails, but the spell already dissipated, so it's fine.
Really?
He has no concentration spell that active. Well, I guess maybe it wasn't spirit thing, so
Oh,
it's a different spell.
okay. Well then, never mind then.
How much damage did you do?
It was 4, 5, and 4. So 13.
13?
13 force damage.
Wait, so Calypso was no longer the thing that was on Calypso wasn't the concentration spell?
No, it's gone now.
That's what
No,
you're referring
he
to?
dropped that. I was assuming
Oh,
that
okay.
He dropped that to cast the
Oh, yeah,
kind of
he must have-
explosion spell, which did to you
Right.
guys.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you can't guess the other main ones. Cool.
Yeah, I assumed that was the Spirit Guardians again. I wasn't with the Spirit Guardians like thing.
Yeah. Ugh. Can't take many more hits like that.
Next up is Calypso, and she steadies herself and gets to her feet. You see just anger in her eyes, an anger that you did not see before, and she turns and attacks.
Finally. Let's spread out that damage.
Oh, natural 20.
Cool. What you got? Swashbuckling rapier.
And he takes 7 plus. Oh, I can't think right now. There we go, 13. She turns and says, kind of, I need Kaylin and Landval to take a perception check.
Okie doke. +3. 21.
Okay. You definitely notice as she swings, she comes up with 2 daggers that appeared out of nowhere, and sink both into his shoulder blades. And you notice that under her breath, she says, This is for my daughters. And with that, it is now Kaylin's turn.
Okay, main action, first attack. There is no. Oops. Let me get the right window. Oof. 18 to hit.
That hits.
9 damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Second attack, main action. Another 18 to hit. 14
That
damage.
hits. 14, you said?
Okay. That's 14.
Okay.
All right. Third attack, because I'm dual wielding. So that is using my bonus action. That is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Plus 15 damage. So it's 15 plus 14, so that's 29 plus 9. So that's 38 damage.
With that, you swing with one sword across his chest, breaking his armor, breaking the straps of his armor, and armor kind of comes off slightly. And then you swipe again across his chest, cutting deep, and deep into his chest where his armor used to be. And with a deep gurgle.
Wait. I gotta withdraw some of the bonus. I did cluster layer too many times. It's only supposed to say once per turn. So I need to pull. I did 41, and I need to take away 11 of that. So it's actually 30 damage.
Okay, same thing happens, and he falls to his knees, gurgling, but he is still conscious.
All right, sorry.
And it is his turn, and with his turn, he casts. Where are you? Oh boy, here we go. With a gurgled words, with blood spitting out of his mouth as he says it, he says, "Suna, save me!" And a one shaft of light comes down from nowhere and covers him. And you could see with your eyes, you see his wound on his chest seal up. And he gets
Oh, good. It's not healing word. Or no, lay on hands is the one I was thinking of.
And with that,
it's a pool of.
He opens his eyes wider and he says, "Suna is with me!" And he stands up again, ready for battle. Lenval, it's your turn.
Well, guess I just try to hit him in the face with my sword.
Surely has a
Good plan.
permanently decreased AC. We did damage the armor, right? So there's a little bit more exposure.
Mm-hmm. And there are
16.
16 hits.
Yeah, right.
All right. Deals 6 damage.
Okay.
Second attack, 13.
That does not hit.
All right. I think I do the amount of damage that you guys did at level 1.
What?
I think you guys, I'm like a level 1 caliber of damage dealing here.
Sunset's you.
All right. How do I want to do this? Oh, I guess that is prey. Yeah, I think this is what I'm gonna do. So how much does this cost? 2 sorcery points. And yeah, okay. So I'm going to quicken spell Scorching Ray at the 3rd level.
Okay.
So that is going to be 4 rays directed at him. I have to make an attack roll for each one.
Okay.
So first ray hits at, oh, that's probably not going to hit. 11.
Nope.
Okay, so ray number 1 does not hit. That's Jack. And that's 12.
Nope.
So ray number 2 doesn't hit. Ray number 3 is a 15.
That does not hit.
Damn. And ray number 4 is... Okay, so none of them hit. Well, that was great. That was a waste of a nice
As you
third level
cast
spell
your
slot.
3rd level spell across him, the
Well-
magical rays splash over him, and he seems unfazed.
Well, maybe he'll be blinded by them because I'm going to follow it up. So Quicken Spell allows me to cast a spell as a bonus action, which is what I did for Scorching Ray.
Mhm.
I can then cast a cantrip as a regular action, so I'm going to cast Firebolt at him.
Okay.
Also requires a attack roll. Maybe he was blinded by the rays in his face, and no, probably not, because that's 7 plus 6. Not enough.
13? That's not enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Woo. Wanted to move anywhere?
No, I'm fine back here.
All right.
I don't want to get close enough.
Next up is Calypso, who goes in. Let me just get her information up. Oopsie. There we go. She gets a +6. Ooh, hits twice. Oh, I have totally the wrong music playing right now this entire time. 8.
Gotta be good. Second one music.
Again, she slashes him twice in her back, right where the armor is missing. And again, with that amount of damage, he falls to his knees, barely breathing like heavily and like with difficulty. But he's still standing. Next up is Kalen.
But I thought you said it was on his knees.
He is on his knees.
Oh, so he's not standing.
No, he stood up when he healed himself, and now he's back on his knees.
Okay. All right. First minute attack action. That is a 17 to hit with 10 damage. All right. Now we're doing the.
And as you strike, you hit his neck, his exposed neck, cut his throat, and blood spurts out as he looks you dead in your eyes as the life drains from his face and he falls over dead.
I'm gonna go
Huzzah!
pick up that hammer. Yay!
But before any of you can do anything, all three of you, your vision is blotted out by light. All you can see is bright light. In fact, you're completely disoriented. You can't tell if this is magic or the heat of the moment or the stress of this situation, but you feel like you've come out of your body in an otherworldly experience. And before you know it, all three of you are standing in a forest at the edge of a lake. And there's no sky, it's just mist and flowing mists, and you can see just like 2 or 3 trees into the forest. All around you is flowing mist. And you stand at the edge of the lake, this kind of cobblestone lake that's a low lake that's pristine and crystal clear and smooth on the top with no ripples. And before you can do anything, you notice the figure of a slender, lithe, blonde woman walking up through the edge, the crest of the surface of the water. And as it comes up over her face and then over her torso, she is not wet. She is just dry, and she's not even taking steps. She's just moving slowly, otherworldly toward you. Any reaction?
So like range secret. Do we have agency? Okay. So can I move?
Can I make a Monty Python reference?
Can you give me a wisdom check?
Everybody?
Well, he's trying to move. It's for Kalen first.
Natural 1.
Ooh, okay. So
Critically
you cannot move.
moving.
You attempt to move, and you are pretty much entranced by this experience and by this this woman that you can tell has deep celestial meaning. She's so pristine and so beautiful. It's shocking to you.
My lady, what is this place? What has happened to us?
I got the voice thing to get. Here we go. Are we ready for this?
Let's do it.
Oh, fair Landval, you have done a great deed and has served the country of Equitaine and me, the lady, with great strength, honor, and fortitude. I bless
an
you.
honor.
I bless you in the name of the lady, and I grant upon you what so many knights of the kingdom want. I give you your quest to sainthood. And that
My
quest...
lady,
Yes?
what an honor.
And that quest is to protect the Duke of Cantamont from all that threatens him. There will be many trials. There will be many threats from all sides. But if you are able to see the Duke through these dark times, you will be given sainthood.
I accept and am honored by this quest, my lady. I will succeed.
And with that, she turns to Kalen and Sunset. And she says,
Oh, good elves of the forest. Your deeds are not forgotten upon the eyes of the lady. I too quest you to help Landval to achieve greatness. Watch by him.
Just like we helped him right now.
Watch by him, and you too will receive the blessings of the lady.
and with that, she lays one each of her hands on both of your shoulders, and you feel the warmth of the lady's love seep into you. and with that, with a flash, you're all back to the unicorn's bounty. And it seems only a second ago you defeated the warrior priest. And everyone seems unaware of your little voyage here, your transportation to another dimension. And with that, sunset. From behind you comes Porky Shinwell, and he's hugging you, and he comes up and he says, "Oh, thank you. Thank you, my dear lady, for saving this establishment."
As he's like hugging me, I'm kind of trying to push him off and saying, "Yeah, you're welcome. Great. Yeah."
Give me a perception check.
All right. That's going to be a 16.
You realize while he's hugging you, he's trying to place an object into your hand, like quite stealthily, without other people noticing. But you can't quite tell what it is yet.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll allow that to happen.
Okay.
Should I roll sleight of hand to conceal it?
If you wish, do you wish to conceal it? If you wish to do that, you certainly can.
I mean, he seems to be going through an awful lot of trouble to conceal the fact that he's giving it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to help him along. Hopefully, I won't screw up too badly. Well, that's going to be a 20, so
Yeah.
I definitely didn't screw up. It wasn't a natural 20. 13
You
plus 7.
he slips a small, it feels metallic object into your hand, and without missing a beat, he immediately rushes towards the door afterwards to assess the damage to his bar and to see the damage to the people outside the door. Into your hand, he has placed a coin. And this coin, again, has the image of the crow on it.
Oh. So I now have 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will increment my inventory.
Don't share with us.
But you two, Cayman and Lamphal, have no idea that you know.
That's cool. I'm checking out the slain foe. I want the hammer, but I don't think I'm strong enough to lift it.
Can I use the hammer? I really need like a damage boost. My sword and board action is pretty fail-tastic.
Okay, so what he
Is that just because
had...
of your rolls?
You could have used the Berserker's Axe.
Yeah, I was kind of holding on to my original plan, but after going through a few of these battles and realizing how pitiful I'm doing.
Yeah, when you wipe out an entire squad with a single attack, you're dealing more damage than you probably should be.
Worked out well though.
Yeah. That spell is a little overpowered when you stack all of the modifiers that I get to it.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Oh,
damage.
sure.
Alright,
That
give me a
was cool,
second
though.
here.
Well, and just think, like, I could have cast that as I actually thought about this after the fact. I could have cast that as a bonus action, and then still tried to
Nice.
hit him with something else, with a cantrip. So,
How could that have been a bonus action? Is that like a
The quick
magic feat?
yeah. So the one of my meta magics is Quicken Spell, which will take any spell that is one action and make it a bonus action instead.
Yeah,
Which
that's-
I can then cast a cantrip as well during the same turn.
Okay,
Scales
so
nicely.
on the warrior priest, Kalen, he has a full set of armor that looks intricate and engraved with the symbols of Suna. You also find a scroll of prayer of healing.
Roll of. Okay. I have to just write this down.
And lastly, you find a one-handed hammer. That is, again, engraved with images of Suna, the Lady of Suna. Not the lady, the warrior of Suna.
Nothing
I'm trying to
else to
decide, should I
pocket.
just tell you what these magic items do, or should you try to figure out what they do?
I would say at the very least we need to know if they require attunement. They require attunement. I generally think people wait until after either an identify spell or something has been cast on them, or somebody attunes to it, at which point they'll know what the nature of the magic item is.
The armor requires attunement. The sword does not. Oh, sorry, the hammer, not the sword. The hammer gives you +1 to attack and +1 to damage. I'm sorry, it's an additional D6 damage. That's radiant damage.
The hammer is a +1 to hit.
+1 to hit and
+6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus 26.
Radiant damage to be more specific.
1d6 radiant bonus damage. Okay. Yeah.
So none of us can cast that spell scroll.
Don't you don't need to you don't need to know the spell to use the scroll, do you?
No, it has to be castable by your class though.
I guess we're just gonna have to hawk it.
Make offer.
Yeah, unfortunately that is exclusively cleric. I mean,
Okay.
Obviously, your ruling throws all that out the window, but just.
Well, I guess we won't know if we can use it until we try.
I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah.
I like that. I like that idea.
And with that, finally, Calypso comes up to Lanval and bows before you and says, "Thank you for protecting my society. I am at your service wherever you need help and you are lost in an unfamiliar land.
Well, I appreciate the offer.
Present the crow coin, and help you will get."
We have to talk to Sunset since he's got all of them.
I'm not entirely sure you know I have any.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they don't know.
Ask her what
You
crow
didn't
coin?
see the one that I just
Did you
got,
get one?
and I'm not entirely sure you guys saw.
What?
I don't think you did.
You guys did talk about the crow coin, the original one that she flicked to you before she left the catacombs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, so you
My
know
both
there's
got a
one.
bad memory though.
Well, if I find any crow coins along the way, I will definitely use those. Thank you. That's good advice. So we're I feel like we're kind of obligated to Or not more about this Duke now. Kind of could use Jacques again if he wasn't missing or dead.
Oh, you
If you
can
didn't,
be
if you
the,
didn't abandon him in the catacombs to the undead,
What?
He
No,
could still
was
be alive.
probably
could
still
could
alive.
be
the
undead now.
defining word there is
he could be
could.
undead. Could.
I mean, he also could be dinner. We'll never know until we go back down there. And now that we've cleared up this this issue here in the city, you know, we take a nice rest, go visit the sisters in the morning to reap the benefits of completing their quest, and we can go back down into the catacombs.
Yeah, Claude will be so happy. How do we feel? How do I feel about this obligation I have to the Duke? We've never even really talked to this guy much, have we?
You have
We
not
haven't
talked to him at
spoken
all
to
yet.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say I don't think you've ever talked to him.
Yeah, I feel like those are a reward for helping Jacques was our audience with the Duke that never materialized.
Yeah. Well, we can go talk with the head guard. He'll certainly be happy to be rid of this priest of Suna. And, you know, here are all the torch bodies of their ratty followers. See? They were diseased and now they've been cleansed. Cloud the Fae. So, yeah. Who wants to bring a bunch of bodies to the castle?
Well, which one of you wants to loot the bodies first, and then we go to the castle and let them know where the bodies are? Because there's like 10 of them out there. I don't think we're getting them on our own.
That's true.
No.
Sure. We loot the body. That's
I mean, I don't expect them to have much, but
The bodies, what remains of the bodies.
oh right,
Yeah.
I
Is
forgot you
you
mentioned limbs.
you find nothing, just burnt scraps. And they did not have anything material possessions on them anyway in the first sense.
Oh, Landval, take a look at this armor. Is this, think it might be a good fit for you? I don't know.
Well, I've already got. What do I even have on?
I think.
This is +1 armor, right? +1 plate or plus.
Yeah, what armor is it? Or, I guess.
Well, it
Describe the
requires.
armor
We
again?
know it requires attunement.
Oh, the armor that you just
before
got, you do
we
not
should be
know
able to
what it is.
identify, like,
Can I roll an Arcana?
It
check?
looks like nice
Uh,
armor.
Can I roll an
Okay.
Arcana check
like-
to discern
like-
the nature of
like
the armor?
plate?
Sure.
Or, like,
Yeah, it's like plate
you don't
armor.
need- like plate armor. Cool.
That is going to be a 17.
Okay, that
I mean,
is.
plate armor is like a one-size-fits-all sort of thing, right? That's the way it works.
I would think for a humanoid, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got
Medium
straps.
size? Sure.
This is a plate armor that has been attuned to Suna. It gives you just +1 AC on the top.
Nice.
On top of that, it gives you +2 to Arcana rolls. And the gloves are naturally intuned with radiant damage. So if you ever make a unarmed combat strike, you get +1 to hit and an additional D8 radiant damage when you punch people in the face.
Damn.
I'll relay this information to Landball.
All right.
Nice.
Does it have a name that I can look up on D&D Beyond?
It's not a real thing. I made up those statistics.
Oh, okay.
Let's call it Suna's tunic. Suna's tunic. No,
The Sunic?
Suna's protection. That's the name of the armor.
Alright, I like it.
And you can make your own items.
So +1 AC, +2 to Arcana checks, and when you do unarmed combat, you get +1 to hit and D8 radiant damage.
So this would be like a plus. The AC would be 19 for magic plate, right?
Yep.
I'm trying to find something somewhere. Side here.
Or something we can use it to fund the war.
I mean, it would bump my AC from 20 to 22, which is a
With the
nice.
sword. If you stay with a shield, right?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a
And that-
one-handed hammer, so.
The hammer is one-handed.
Yeah.
All right.
After this time, people start slowly filtering back into the inn. They realize what you three have achieved, and they are very excited about it. People start buying you drinks.
Nice.
And with that, oh look at that, I just rolled a 20. Out of nowhere, you hear this voice scream out, and he says, "Oi! What happened here?" And as you turn around, Sam
finally
is
sober.
standing on the bar, weapons out. He says, I'm ready for battle! Where are they? Where are they?
Nice. Finally sobered up.
Great timing.
They're in the catacombs.
Is shield a touch spell? No, shield is a self spell. Damn.
Yeah.
I was thinking
uh,
if I could cast fireball on him and then cast shield on him just as it impacts, I might be able to contain the fireball just to Sam.
Why
And
would you
not
want to do
blow
that?
the-
What's wrong with Sam? And plus, he would probably burst into flame because he's half liquor right now.
Yeah. I mean,
that could be useful in the catacomb.
that's why the shield. The idea is to contain the fire and explosion just to him instead of, blowing the place to smithereens. But no, I couldn't do that even under the best of circumstances. Like, even if I had, like, I could conceivably do it if I had the right meta magics. Because there's a meta magic that will take a self spell and turn it into a target. But
yes. I think we've looted the bodies. I think it might be pretty good. But so I guess the love of the lady was pushed through our shoulders. Did that love come with any health points?
Health points? No, it did not.
Okay.
Did that love come with
what
health
sort
points?
of benefits did it?
You are unaware at this moment in time. But you feel different. You feel like you've gone through some sort of experience.
Can I roll an Arcana check on myself to find out if I can discern what?
Sure.
All right, I really want to roll low. Well, I rolled a 14. Not that low.
You have only heard stories of what it's like to meet a god beyond the veil. But this is what you'd imagine it feels like from stories that you've read in your youth. But you cannot tell how it will affect you, like, in real life.
All right. Well, sounds like it's time for a long rest. Why not a long rest?
Or a long rest? Yeah, a short rest. Have a drink, celebrate, and then use up some
Yes,
hit die.
more people
Let's
more
go to the
people are
castle.
coming into the bar every moment.
Why not a long rest?
All of them want to celebrate with you. You are the belle of the ball, shall we say.
Yeah. Time to party, man.
More like the explosion, but
Yeah.
I'm only accepting things that appear to be water and taste like water when I drink them.
I'll
Go ahead.
I assume that means I'm not drinking anything.
Interesting. So do you want to sit down and partake, or are you leaving?
I mean, I would say if we plan on going back into the catacombs tomorrow after we talk to the doors, we should probably have a long rest. You guys need health back. I could use my spell slots back. To be fair, the elves only need 4 hours.
Mm-hmm. It
And you could
is
also potentially make a
late
late
evening
start of
now,
it.
because you came in evening time. It is late evening. It is late night currently.
yes. So, nightcap and wash the blood off of us. Well, sun's up
Wash the
clean.
blood off of you and
Yeah.
Landval.
So
Do you want
as you belly up to the bar, you can see Sam already partaking in his next drink, and he is talking to the patrons who have come back into the bar, and he is weaving the story of how he single-handedly slew the warrior priest from Vetia by his own hand. And he's starting to gather kind of a crowd. There's 6, 7, 8, 9 people coming in to grab more drinks and
Did he
and
have a
listening to
blade
Sam
on
what's
him?
saying. He's practically almost on top of the bar now. Porky is at the front door, assessing the damage to his door of the tavern.
I hope he's
Wow.
not expecting us to pay for that.
Sam, you're so
no, I'm
brave.
sorry.
Let me rephrase. I hope he's not expecting Landval to pay for that.
Well, brave Sam here, and look at all the chaos he caused with his mighty fighting. Wow, Sam, you're so powerful with that dagger you have there.
And he says,
Uh,
I don't even know my own strength sometimes. It's a curse, really. It's a curse how good I am at fighting.
Yes, I can't wait to see it again when the other war priests have soon arrive soon. Why, Sam, you'll be such a champion, taking them all on by yourself. We're gonna watch and cheer you on.
Sam says,
I mean,
just
yes,
look what he did to the door.
I welcome
Tell
the
it-
threat. Everyone
Yes.
take a perception check.
Spread the word, everyone. The war priests of Suna and Sam are now dire enemies. When they come to town, Sam will stop them. Not us.
5.
7.
I've had a couple drinks. Give me a break.
I like to think that I'm just face palming the entire time as this circus plays out in front of me. The circus
Okay.
that is Landval and Sam.
Lenval, give me a perception check.
15.
It's pretty good.
So, sunset. You notice that Calypso is sitting at the end of the bar, and she is signaling you in some way, but you don't know what she's trying to say to you. She's like giving you the little head nod up, like, hey, bro, hey. Lanval is perceptive enough to see this. This message was not meant for him. Kaylin, you are drunk, and you don't notice anything.
Another.
In an effort to discern what the message is supposed to mean, I'm just gonna kind of point up, like upstairs.
Oh, do you do the Night of the Roxbury? You know, like me, you.
No. I just kind of look at her and just kind of point up and like give her like a questioning look. Like
She face palms. And
Of course.
She gives you a no. And then she kind of nods her head towards a door behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Lanval, give me a perception check again, please.
Five.
Okay.
Here, about my level of
You
drunk.
thought you saw
One John kitchen up my
you
level.
thought you saw Calypso signaling something, but you know what? You're too interested in trying to poke fun at Sam, and you've had a few beers in you at this point. And with that, Calypso stands up and passes through this door.
I'll wait a couple minutes
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll make my way towards the door as well.
As you step through the door, this is the back of house of the bar. This is kind of like a kitchen for the limited menu that is available at the Unicorn's Bounty. There is a chef back there who looks like the oldest woman you ever seen. She's so old that she's hunched over and like she can hardly lift her head up to look straight. Like her back is so curved, and she's slaving over this stovetop, which looks like it hasn't been cleaned in a century.
That's where all the flavor is.
Yeah. It's cooked into the. It's so cooked in. It's into like the ceiling. And with that, Calypso gives you just a wink, and then she flicks a coin, and I need you to give me a perception check for this one.
All right, come on, high roll. Okay, that's pretty good. It's gonna be 21.
Oh yeah, you definitely noticed. This is a coin. Even as it's spitting through the air, you can tell it's a coin from the that has the raven symbol on it. And as she
You mean the crow?
The crow, I'm sorry. Crow, raven, same thing. As she flicks it up, like, shockingly fast, like, you were not expecting this. Shockingly fast, the old lady whips her hands up, snags the coin out of the air, and with that, she takes a wooden spoon and knocks 3 times on the stovepipe of the stove. And the wall to the right of the stove, and then it opens up into a secret passageway. And with that, Calypso steps through and she says, "Come, Sunset, join me."
I'm intrigued. I'll follow.
Okay.
In some ways, knowledge can be more powerful than money. This is some pretty deep lore here.
Oh, how little you know how much I've made this up myself.
Oh no, I mean in terms of just like getting around the city, like in this particular setting, like this is good for of this campaign.
As you go down a short flight of stairs, this is definitely one level below the main level of the inn. There is a small 20 by 20 foot area, dimly lit with a hearth at one end. Caitlin, what are you drinking? Oh, don't worry, I'll flash back to you in a second. Hold on.
Miming being drunk.
There are, and downstairs this is like it looks like a lounge. There's a couple tables with chairs and nicely embroidered couch, like a upholstered couch on the side. And downstairs you see, besides Calypso, you see two other individuals. You see, hold on, do I still have this image up? Not him. No, I don't have it up. Do you remember the Dread Elf gambling guy that was taking the bets?
Yes.
He is down there sitting at one of the tables, not sipping on a glass of beer, but like sipping on a intricate glass that's like a mixed cocktail with a very dark red color to it. He looks up from his glass briefly at Calypso and at you, and then goes back to his drink. Also downstairs is one very tall and slender human who is standing straight, and his arms at his side there, and draped across his arm is a towel, and he's got a spindly little mustache, and on that towel is embroidered the symbol of the crow. And Calypso saunters over to the couch, sits down, and says, "Please, Sunset, join me." Actually, I'm sorry, hold on one second.
Please, Sunset, join me for a drink.
And she says,
Frederic, a drink immediately, please. The best wine you have.
and the tall, slender guy slips into the back room very quickly, with deceptive speed, and then comes back out with off the tray with a bottle of wine and 2 wine glasses on it.
I'll hesitate for a moment and then go and, I guess, join her on the couch. But say, water for me. Alcohol and fire don't really mix.
Give me
There's a
persuasion.
specific reason that I'm not drinking, and that's because.
Give me a persuasion check. Persuasion.
Okay, I can do that. Hopefully. It's gonna be 12.
She says, "Nonsense. This is the best Equitanian wine from the northern regions of this country that has been aged for a decade. At least a sip." And with that, we're gonna flashback to Lanval and Kaylin, still drinking at the bar. Both of you give me a perception check.
How low can we go?
No, perception step at disadvantage because you're all drunk.
Ah,
All right. First one was a 16. Second one was a 13. So I'm at 13.
13? That's still pretty good for...
Doing much better. They're doing pretty good. Pretty good. Well,
My low was
clarity.
my low was a 14.
Okay, you guys definitely noticed that Sunset has disappeared. You did not see where she went, but she is not here.
Hey, have you seen Sunset?
Huh?
Hey, have you seen Sunset? And with that, there is a large, loud bang at the door, and in through the front door of the Unicorn's Bounty comes this dude, the king, the head of the guard,
Cloud the Fae.
Cloud, and he says, "What has happened here? What riffraff have broken down the door of this inn?" And Porky is with him, and he says, "Look at these are the heroes that saved this inn from the warrior priest who has settled with the peasants outside the peasant gate." Claude says, "Nonsense! That was a great warrior of Suna. Only a great warrior could have bested him."
And he did. Sam Sandwich.
Yes.
Point to Sam on the bar.
Give me a
Bravest.
give me a persuasion check.
I feel like this should be an advantage because Sam is probably still touting that he's the one that can.
I critically failed.
Oh no! Claude looks at Sam like literally dancing on the bar right now, and he says, "This halfling bested the warrior priest? I don't.
You should have seen it.
I can't believe it."
Either can I, but that's what happened.
You say as you slur your words.
Claude says, "Whatever heroes have bested the warrior priest, I invite those heroes to a celebration at the keep, at the palace, where the Duke will attend."
Oh. Finally meet the Duke.
The Duke.
Well, we'll see if Sam's busy or not. We can go in his place otherwise. We helped a little bit.
With that, Porky Shinwell shows up and he says, "Oh, Claude, oh, King of the Guards, Captain of the Guards.
I mean, is the captain not the king?
These three," and he points at Lanval and he points at Kaelin and he's like, "There was a third Sylvan elf here before, but these three heroes were the ones that saved this tavern. You must allow them to join the festivities, join the banquet." And with that, Claude looks at you, looks at Lanval, he looks approvingly, and then he looks at Kaelin, drunk, kind of stumbling a little bit. It says, "Are you... Porky, I've known you for many years. Are you sure this one did it?" And he says, "Yes." He says, "Okay. Here's your invitation." And he hands like not like a written invitation, but like a seal that is common that grants you entrance to the palace. Hands it to Lanval and Kaelin. And with that, Sam jumps down from the bar and says, "I was a part of it too." And Claude hands him a seal also. So there's 3 seals there. Yep. Back down to the basement where Sunset is entertaining, or no, Calypso is entertaining Sunset.
How flammable does this place look?
Where you are is a stone walls and stone foundations. Like you can see the stone foundations, but the ceiling and the floor of the inn above is thick timber.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before you can say anything, Calypso says, "I have invited." Oh, hold on one second.
I have invited you down to our secret meeting place, the Order of the Crow. You seem to be the type of adventurer that would want to join our little society. Your skills and abilities would be a great fit to our little secret society.
I am definitely not opposed. I just would hate to I'm trying to think of how to put this in terms that somebody who doesn't use magic and definitely doesn't use fire magic would understand. The idea being that sometime in her past she got too drunk and lost control and burned down a sizable portion of her house. Does not want to do that again.
With that, Calypso takes a sip of her wine and says, "Do you wish to join the ranks of the Order of the Crow?"
What would it entail?
Just like every good secret society, there is a test. A few hurdles you must overcome to join our ranks. In every major city of this world, there is an outpost for the Order of the Crow. In every major city, you can get work and riches through the contracts that we negotiate. But if you want to join our secret society, you must first do me a little favor. Does that sound interesting to you?
Would this be the same favor that you approached me with earlier?
No.
Or
That
something,
was a warning. That was to tell you to stay away from the Door sisters. They are, there's more than meets the eye to those ladies. But no. My task I have for you is a task of skill and stealth. Currently, there is an ambassador from the Highborn Elves who is here in Cantamont to commune with the Duke. He is one of the great generals of the Highborn fleets. His name is Grand Admiral Vespasian. He is currently residing in the keep, and he always wears an amulet, a very special amulet. If you can get me that amulet, I will grant you entry into the Order of the Crow, and I will also pay you 1,000 gold pieces.
You've offered me what I can't refuse. Money. um, I believe I've met this this general. I am right in thinking that he was the high elf we met.
You never met him. You saw him a couple times in the grand hall of the palace.
Right. We saw him. We didn't
Yeah.
actually meet him, but yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, sure, why not? I'll give it a shot. I got nothing
Sounds
to
good.
lose.
And she says, "Ah, grand. I raise your glasses and will toast to a future with you and the Society of the Crow." She raises her glass, gives you a cheers, ting, takes a sip, and she says, "Anytime you wish to come and relax down here in the lounge, just talk to the old chef. She knows. She knows me. She knows you now. But we only bring in the most skilled of individuals. I see you travel with 2 companions. If you tell them what is happening here, I cannot offer you the same rewards." And with that, she takes a
Sounds
sip of her
reasonable.
wine, and she pulls out of her pocket one of those long pipes, like a Gandalf pipe, and lights it up. And
Let's see. I imagine this has only taken a few minutes.
yeah, let's flashback to Landval and Kalen. Where were we? You've all
got
been.
our
You have you the
tokens.
3 have been given seals to enter the Great Hall for the celebration of dealing with the warrior priest problem.
Did he say when the celebration was?
Tomorrow evening. This is an impromptu
Tomorrow
celebration.
Okay.
He says
should
all
get-
of the Duke and the Duchess and all of the noble houses will be at the banquet to celebrate you. And all of the royalty in the keep will be there also.
We should wear our finest Dora garb to bring honor to our house.
Oh, screw that. I mean, I don't know about this yet, but as soon as I find out about this, I'm gonna go out and buy some finery.
Were you paid up front or on delivery?
Oh, it'll probably be on delivery, but I've still got 1,200 gold stashed around, I assume.
Blow it
Should
all
be
in
able
one
to
night.
We should be able to get something good.
Yeah.
Even get Kalen something pretty.
Ooh.
I'll treat
Oh,
you
okay.
good, girl. Just stay with me.
And go drunk shopping.
Well, no, I would pick it out for her.
Oh.
Landval, are we share some of our drinks with Sam, we'll get the token that is holding on for sunset.
Yeah, we'll just buy him like 6 beers and count to 100. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, and I mean, people are still buying me drinks, so I'm just gonna, pass them off.
I asked the bartender what the strongest drink they have on hand is.
Porky, his eyes widen with excitement. He says, "Ooh, the strongest drink we have?
The strongest.
I'll be right back." And he waddles off
Alright.
down the bar, and he scrounges in. You see kind of some pots and pans and dishes like being thrown aside. And he pulls out this cask, about, that big. It's not a very big cask, but marked on it are what you can tell are dwarven runes. But you cannot read them. You don't speak Dwarvish. But he brings it over and he says, many years ago, this crazy little dwarf stayed in this inn. And he ended up in a bunch of trouble with the city guard, but I hid him away, and then thanks he gave me this. He said this is the strongest of dwarven brew. I've never opened it, but tonight, with your great victory, I think it's the perfect time to crack it open.
Great. I'm just the person who will appreciate it the most. I would take some and pour a big mug of it and hand it off to Sam. Like, Sam,
Well,
you brave
so first of all, he taps it, and when he hits in the tap, you see literally a puff of smoke come out the other end, like black smoke. He pours it, and it's this really dark beer. It's almost like black liquid. He pours a glass. He hands it to you. Pours another glass. Hands it to Kaylin. Thinks about it. Pours another glass. Hands it to Sam. Without hesitation, Sam picks it up and gulps the whole thing down. And let me just see what happens to poor old Sam here.
Instant brain aneurysm.
Spontaneous combustion.
He's probably more flammable than the fireballs I've been throwing.
He chugs it down. He slams the glass on the countertop, and he's motionless and kind of staring off in the distance for a second, and then he belches. And when he belches, literally black smoke comes out of his belch, and he falls over backwards, completely passed out. He might be dead. I don't know.
I'm gonna quickly check on him, looking as if I'm making sure he's all right, while also, frisking him for this coin.
The seal.
All right, give me a stealth check. It's sleight of hand. It's not an actual check, so just a stealth
Sleight of
check.
hand?
Yes, sleight of hand is an actual check. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, sleight of hand is an actual check.
Oh yeah, do a sleight of hand check.
Oh, look at that! It's a natural 20.
Ooh.
Nice.
Apparently, drunk Kaylin is very good at stealing things.
So as you lean
Right,
down to
what the-
check on Sam, who is completely unconscious, you stealthily check his pockets and then his pouch on his belt without anyone noticing you doing it. You do it so stealthily that you don't realize what you're really grabbing until you've stepped away from Sam. In your hands, you find
Just take everything. I'll check later.
I would.
you find one gold coin. You find what looks like a like petrified, preserved goblin hand, like a green little hand that's been shriveled.
Nice.
And lastly, a horse's hoof, but it's bigger. It's bigger and more like gnarled, and there's like chunks of metal in it to make it more of like a. It looks like a horse's hoof, but I don't know how to describe this. More rustific. It's more beaten up, and it's got like metal embedded into the actual hoof part, and it's got like the top knuckle of the hoof, you know, kind of like a taxidermied hoof.
Okay.
What is Sam up to?
Horseshoe.
No,
And
no seal.
foot.
Did not get the.
Oh, the seal, yeah, and you get the
target
seal
item.
off him too. You get the seal also.
Oh, okay. All right. All of these lovely drinks. Landval, shall we go find Sunset and give her the good news? Make sure she has appropriately prepared it for the party.
Yeah, I think we've done all we can here. Pat Sam on the back.
Well, he's face up, so you
That's a
kind
little
of pat him
difficult
on the
since he's
chest.
on his back.
Or where?
Yeah.
Just on his face. He just kind of like, eh.
Yep.
If you want, you do not know where Sunset went, so you're kind of dumbfounded. You kind of blankly in your drunkenness assume she went back up to the room, but beyond that, you have no idea where she is.
All right. Well, guess I'll head up to the room. I think she's there.
Porky recorks the dwarven brew and quickly hides it back in his hiding spot underneath the bar. And you guys head up to the room. Is that what you want to do? Head up to the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Sunset. I'm assuming she's there.
Sunset. You have now done the deal with Calypso, and she is enjoying a fine Equitanian wine and tobacco in her pipe. Calypso says, I look forward to a very fruitful and prosperous relationship in the future. You will probably need your sleep for this one. But good evening.
I also look forward to working closely with you. And with that, I will take my leave.
Okay. You head back up the stairs. As you walk away, Calypso gives you a tip of the cap and a nod. As you walk out, the waiter, the thin human, looks at you kind of down his nose, like, hmm. And again, the dread elf gambler looks up from his parchment he's reading and kind of gives you a nod of knowing. And you head up back up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, before you even get close to the hidden door, it opens for you. And outside is the old, decrepit, like really old lady at the stovetop. She doesn't even look at you. She's continuing to look at the pot of gruel which is on top of the stovetop, and she's stirring it barely with her arm above her head. She doesn't even recognize you, but behind you the door swings. It's a stone door, this fake door, and it swings so easily, like it's made of balsa wood, and it just swings closed. You hear a little click, and it goes back in place, and you can hardly tell where the seam is.
Nice. I guess with that, I'll make my way back up to the room.
Coincidentally, as you're heading up to the room, so are Lanval and Kalen.
Oh, I
In
was
there-
assuming that they made it to the room before I got there. I wanted to meet them.
This
Up
is at the
there.
same time you meet in the stairwell up to go to the rooms. In their semi-drunk state, they are stumbling and having a good laugh together and talking about how well they dispatch the warrior priest and how stupid that Sam is. Speaking of which, did Lanval and Kalen, did you drink your glass of the dwarven brew?
I'm still
No.
holding on to it. Not saving it for a nightcap.
Lanval, did you?
No, did not.
Okay.
The goal is to get
So you still-
Sam
and-
drunk.
As you're walking up the
Russ
stairs,
blacked out.
you're holding a glass of black ichory liquid. Yeah, you meet each other on the stair. There you go.
Hey, sunset. Porky gave us the good stuff. Stop. Here, have a taste.
Give me a persuasion check.
No.
Give me a persuasion check
For who?
for Kalen.
Okay, because the answer's no.
Oh, one.
Nope, that was fate speaking.
Okay, more for me. And I'm gonna go and drink it down. I was saving it to share, but you know, Sunset doesn't want it. Well, I'm gonna let this go to waste.
Do you drink it? Do you drink it?
I feel like at this point you would know that I don't drink. I haven't told you why I don't drink, but you would know that I've never actually imbibed. At least not in your presence.
Let's do an intelligence check. Let's. Oh, I'm
Isn't your intelligence -3?
Aw. That's
Come on, roll off. Intelligence saving throw roll off.
Yeah.
He's really the smart branch of the operation here.
Yeah. So I'll have a sip of it. I don't pound it, but it's like,
You take a sip of it. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
con save 3.
Whew. You take a sip and it burns all the way down. With that, it doesn't. You only rolled a 3, so it doesn't knock you unconscious, but you immediately need to use the restroom.
Is that outside I take? Or chamber pots? Or
There
I guess run
are.
up to the room.
You got to run up to the room. There's chamber pots in the room, or you can go back out the front door.
Up to the room.
Yeah, into the room. Racing up to the room. Again, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay,
Maybe a-
15.
Maybe a
15.
willpower roll to keep it inside until you make it to the.
You successfully make it to your room. You luckily have a key on you to the room, so it opens. And inside the chamber pot, let's just say you go number 2 pretty aggressively.
Making room for
Everything
the
you've eaten
banquet.
for the past year.
Just cleans you out. So,
Do I lose HP?
that you don't lose any HP. You just are indisposed for a little bit. Lanval, Sunset, what are you guys going back to the room? What are you doing?
I mean, I guess I'm going back to the room.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
You head back to the room.
Enjoy that smell.
Yeah, the smell is pretty rancid. It's a mix between like a used baby diaper and like brimstone. It's pretty bad.
Is there a candle in the room with
Yeah,
the chamber?
there is.
Chamber pot?
For light, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, doesn't have to be much. I can expand it to fill a 5-foot square or 5-foot cube.
Oh,
That'll get rid of the smell.
it just burned the pot. That'll work well.
As you light the candle, you hear a little, as it like the extremely flammable air that is being produced by Kalen kind of burns off instantaneously. And that's it for the evening. Do you sleep time for everyone?
Well, I still don't know that we have an invitation, so yeah.
Oh,
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
you,
got
so
this
so
for
you
you
guys
when
catch
we-
up. What do you want to tell Sunset about what happened?
I'm gonna wipe my hand on the seal and hand it to Sunset. Hey, the captain of the guard, they came and wanted to reward us for our great deed of defeating the priest. I had to borrow it from Sam, who has been imposing on, claiming falsely that he is the one that won the battle. So.
I assume there was no hand washing in between.
No. This is a seal that smudges used for making seals. See? Here you go. Take a closer look.
I'm gonna ask for. I assume everybody got one. I'm gonna ask for Landval's, and Landval can take the one Kalen's offering.
No, I like mine quite a lot. Thank you. It's very special to me.
Well, that's all right. You can keep mine
Okay,
for now, Kalen.
I got you this other thing. I will present this gnarled hoof with embedded metal to it. I thought this would be a good luck charm.
You're
for you.
clearly
Isn't it
drunk.
pretty-
You can hold on to all of this stuff until morning.
You Sunset recognize the hoof, since you're sober, as a war hoof of a beast man.
Beastie.
A beast
The
man.
player has no idea what that means in the context of the game, but
A beastman is a half human, half goat mutation of chaos that lives in the forest. You know, like a satyr from Greek mythology, but it's much more savage and much more like the primal instincts of being a wild animal. It's savage. It wants to kill.
less Phil from Hercules, more actual Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm. And they kind of travel in packs, and their society is much like survival of the fittest, the strongest, the biggest and strongest becomes the leader kind of situation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. Anything you want to tell Lanval and Kalen?
Nope. I don't offer any information.
All right. Let's see how it is.
I have
Nice seeing how it
prepared
is.
responses should they ask, but I will not offer any information.
Alright.
I imagine they're too drunk to ask.
Yep.
Also, Kalen should know her place.
Let me give Sunset a big hug with my unwashed hands.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, time to pass out. I think I just had enough energy to get up and maintain what's left of my dignity into the pot, and that's yeah. out for the count.
All right, so if you go to bed here, I think I'm gonna cut it short this evening a little bit. We're at an hour, 2.5 hours right now. I'm gonna go ahead and save the next part of the adventure until next time. But
Dream time.
we have the banquet to look forward to. You guys definitely realize that at the banquet will be many nobles. This will be a very lavish affair, including the Door sisters will probably be there. Sunset, you also realize that Admiral Vespasian will be probably present at this banquet. And of course, the Duke and Duchess will probably be there. But thank you everyone for watching, if you're still watching right now. And everyone have a good evening. We'll see you next week.